Hi, my name is Devansh Ahuja and my student number is P00902450. This video is for my family business interview project. For this interview, I interviewed my father, Mr. Nawal Ahuja, uh, who owns a synthetic yarn manufacturing business that supplies stitching materials for shoe soles. It's the thread that is used to connect the shoe to the sole. So the business started in 1990s when my father recognized a marketing opportunity for synthetic yarn, which is used in footwear industry, specifically for stitching shoe soles. My father began this as a small operation with only 5 to 10 employees. In this business, my father handles everything but has my uncle who helps with the finances and has a few other non-family members that supervise day-to-day factory operations. So one of the few problems that he faced was the in the in the business was the occasional supply chain issues, as especially sourcing raw materials at a stable price. Another challenge he faced is balancing family relations with professional demands. He used to work from 8:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. every day except Sundays and is still working the same schedule since more than last 30 years. Sometimes he even used to go to work on Sundays. So balancing professional life and family relations has been tough as he could not leave the business to be handled one of by as even though he could leave the business to be handled by one of the managers, he didn't do that. He used to go to office every day except Sundays and hasn't been on a vacation ever since he started the business. One of the findings I found in this interview was related to the course material was the three circle model. During the interview, I asked my father how he sees his role as an owner, manager, and a family member. He admitted that it can be difficult to separate personal feelings from business decisions, especially when dealing with my uncle's occasional input. This illustrated the overlap between the family circle and the business circle. An example of this was when once upon a time he had to lay off an employee who was a distant relative. It was an uncomfortable situation that highlighted how tough it is to juggle the family dynamic and the business need. Another finding that I found, which was related to the course material, was the agency theory and stewardship theory. As both the owner and manager was the same, my father, the firm had a lower monitoring cost, which as we were taught in the class. However, my father sometimes said that we have to keep unproductive family members on the pay just because of loyalty, which sometimes results in agency fees because of altruism. For stewardship theory, he also demonstrated excellent stewardship by he put all the earnings into the business to create a synthetic yarn that is more resilient rather than giving himself additional bonuses or rewards. This implied that he viewed himself as a steward who is rather concerned with the long term health of the business rather than his own personal well being. Another finding which I found was the social emotional wealth. My father emphasized how proud he is that our family name is associated with our quality stitching materials. The business has become a part of our identity, which is a clear example of social emotional wealth, where emotional and reputational factors influence strategic decisions as much as or more than just financial goals. For the reflection on conflict and succession, he mentioned that he sometimes had his conflicts with his brother, my uncle, about whether to expand nationally in other state. My father worried about the risk, while my uncle was more aggressive. This causes tension, but this also fosters for innovation. When I asked him about his succession plan, he admitted that it's mostly in his head, which reflects the succession conspiracy theory by Landsberg 1988, where founders of, often delay the official succession planning. He wants me or my brother to eventually take over, but he's right now not ready to step aside. The personal learnings that I learned from this interview was that I expected mostly to hear about the finance part of the business, but I was surprised how much personal pride and emotional attachment drives the decisions in a business. This aligns with the concept of social emotional wealth from class discussions. I used to assume that running a family business was straightforward, how the family was automatically on your side, but the interview showed me how personal and business aspects can be a blur, causing unique stresses and dilemmas. I'm now more open to join my family business after seeing how important and fulfilling it is for my father. In conclusion, this interview taught me that family businesses are unique in the way family ties shape both challenges and advantages. Concepts like agency theory, stewardship theory, and social emotional wealth made me realize that financial decisions are never purely enough financial in a family firm, they are deeply personal as well. And thank you for this opportunity. And I hope you liked my father's business journey. Thank you.